Hi there and welcome to ChopChopChef. I hope everybody is well out there, and today you and me, we're doing a very simple thing, but as well definitely it's a crowd favorite. It's simple onion rings battered. Yeah, and they, like, you know, this, when they're battered, you can use them as a snack in your burgers, on your fish and chips as well, or however you want it. But it's definitely something very quick. You know, if you need something, you have surprisingly some guests at home and they don't want to leave, then you give them some onion rings. Just kidding. All right, onion rings, battered. Brown onion, yes. I mentioned this as well before on a different crumbed onion ring, but today we do battered. We're doing a sort of a 1 centimeter thick slices all the way down, yeah. So that, like that. Obviously you have to make sure that the onion, because it's round, have a solid good grip, you know. You do not want to end up and then you cut your fingers, yeah. Again, hold it steady, take your time, easy, go down like that, yeah, bang. One more time. And if you come to an end, you don't have to cut it all the way down because it will be difficult to hold, to grab, right? Or I show you one other thing is, you could have a fork, obviously, and then this fork you're putting only in the end, right? On the end, and all the way down to the board. Watch it, like that, bang, yeah, and then zack, solid. Yeah, you can do this of course as well. Yeah, and then look at that. Then you can cut all the way to the back. Here we go. I told you, you can learn every day something from me. And today, that's the other chef's trick. Okay? Here we go. Look at that. Perfect. Leftovers, murba, bouquet garni, sauces, dressings, and so on. Okay, now we separate the rings, obviously, right? We want to make sure we have all this. The super large ones, I today don't want it, but you can use them, you know. I have all other purpose. That will do for today. Let's keep that all nicely here. Okay, the next trick. So, all right, so we got our onion rings. Then we need obviously a batter, yeah. Now for our batter, we have self-rising flour. Yeah, I have here in the bowl already. And depends how you want to have your onion rings flavored. That flavor goes now in here. You can leave it plain as it is, right? But for my purpose today, I use a little bit of my homemade turmeric powder. Right, put just a tip in there, a little bit of ground ginger, yeah, here we go, back, and just a pinch of salt. All right, so that's my seasoning, yeah, easy done. Get this one out. And now it is very important you have cold sparkling water, right? And now you have to make your mixture. Obviously this is now a little bit of a fine line, yeah, how thick, how thin your butter have to be, right? This is always the trick of the trade, yeah, because if it is too runny, it runs all the way, it runs off, you know, of your onion ring. And if it is too thick, then you have such a thick coating on your onion ring. It takes a long time to fry, and because on the end you want to have a very crispy onion ring, right? And hopefully this holds as well for half an hour to be crispy and not straight away soggy. And that's all. I mean, if you have thick coating on it, because the condensation from inside out, the moisture, I should say, you know, makes it soft again. Okay? I need a little bit more of my sparkling water. Here we go, a little bit more. Okay, now this is, if the camera can see this one, this is sort of a good consistency we want. I maybe take a spoon and see if we hopefully can get this a little bit sort of, I don't know. Yeah. So that's actually very good. Okay, so we stirred it nicely so no lumps, yeah? So we have self-rising flour, sparkling water out of the refrigerator, and the seasoning to our liking. We got that one sorted. Now next thing, the onion rings. A lot of recipes tell you take the onion rings, put them through your batter and put them in deep frying oil. Yeah, but I mean, as you know, the onion rings, they're so shiny, as I said, very often the butter just runs too quickly off. Other in this, take a little bit cornstarch and dust them all in cornstarch. Okay, so that's what we're doing now, right? Here we go. We just coat them nicely in here. I told you this little trick sort of before, you know, if you want, you know, you can put it sort of on a little sort of spoon, yeah, and then we do do. Yeah, so all the flour falls off, the cornstarch I should say. All right, that's our onion rings coated in cornstarch, and now we're taking our onion rings, our batter, going over here to our obviously hot oil, and again the oil must have 170-180 degrees. I told you this as well in previous clips. Yeah, if you have a thermomet pan, like a thermometer, you know, 180 degrees, or a deep fryer, of course, you know. It goes fairly quick. And then these onion rings we leave in the oil, so give and take probably 2 minutes. Let's have a look. 175, 178, okay, so we got 180. Now make sure you turn your oil back, obviously, very important, yeah. You don't want to keep it on full blast and suddenly, oops. All right, now our onion ring, obviously, just don't put them all in your butter, right? Just a few, and then we dip them nicely. Make sure so they're nicely coated, right? So yeah, you have to take your finger. There's no other way around. And then in your oil, yeah. So if you let it sink in your oil, look how they're coming up nicely, beautiful. Yeah. Let's put a few in there, not too many, because otherwise, obviously, your oil straight away cools down too quick, right? We don't want that to happen either. Yeah, I put 4 in here, and then I do another batch. Yeah. Okay. Wash my hand, right? Yeah, and then we take sort of a slotted spoon, yeah, and we may turn them a little bit sort of around like this. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, you see they're coming already. You want them to have a little bit more, isn't it nice, beautiful? So our coating, the consistency, the texture is quite nice, and it's nice and crisp. But obviously you want to have the onion ring itself, you want to have it definitely baked, cooked, tender. Yeah, and you can see a little bit of my spices in there, you know, the turmeric spices, which is nice. All right, so now our onion rings, they are in our 170-180 degree oil for close to 2 minutes. As I said, oops, now we take them out, let first the oil drain off a little bit here, yeah, and we put them quickly on a kitchen paper. Yeah, oh, they look beautiful. Yeah. As I have one more batch to go, so I will do this one more time, right? So as I said, the onion rings, they're coated in cornstarch, yeah, corn flour. Yeah, we put them in here, and then we coat them very well in our special batter. Yeah, drain it off a little bit and sink it into the oil, in the very hot oil of 170, 180 degrees. Yeah. Obviously, make sure you don't lose your onion rings when you're over the oil out of your fingers. Otherwise, you're splashing it and you will get a little bit burn marks. Okay. Okay, so you see, I mean, the butter drips nicely off my onion rings, so you don't want to have you just want to have a light coating. Yeah, and then we just immerse into this hot oil. Okay, so my second batch of onion rings, battered onion rings, they're ready, right? Then, yeah, all what it is, we present it nicely, well, not so nicely, whatever. Here we go. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, isn't that cool? So simple thing looks already so yummy. Yeah, for me too early to eat onion rings, but hey, what the heck. Yeah, for you to enjoy ChopChopChef's version of battered onion rings. Yeah, I hope you liked the recipe, very quick and easy. Till next time. Thank you so much for joining me.